Hey guys, it's Turek, and today I want to do a video about Stussy, and I realized something that should be probably obvious to some of us who've seen like spy films and that, and so I don't think we should really trust Stussy yet. I'm a little skeptical at this point about Stussy's really being having 100% allegiance with Vegapunk, because she's working for Cypherpole, and even though she's not there first, I'll go over this. I'm gonna break this down more later. Okay, I thought about this because the other day I was doing a video about Stussy and how she was part of the Pleasure District, and that this held her to be have a great opportunity to work undercover and gain information, and especially this would be useful because she went to Whole Cake Island, was invited there because she's the queen of the Pleasure District somewhere, and how she that would make it really great to see stuff on Whole Cake Island, the center, the capital of Big Mom's empire. By the way, I want to say something, clarify something I was trying to say in the last video, when I said that the island, that Stussy probably and the others probably have a operate on some island somewhere where I was referencing Tortuga from Pirates of the Caribbean, and how Stussy and the other underworld leaders there would probably operate in some island. And it came to me afterward that in a way there's Blackbeard's Island, the Honeycomb Island, that would probably be a good place for that. But I don't think, when I was saying that in the video, I was not thinking of that island, and now I realized when I thought more about it afterward, the reason that would probably not be a good island for them to operate, even though it also would offer them possibly some safety from the government, is I don't think they'd want to work under an emperor of the sea, a great pirate like that. I feel like I'm guessing thinking the other guys there, I should get their names. What other? Come on, get my list of notes here. That they'd want to Stussy and the others in their positions as underworld leaders would want to work on some island similar to that. I was imagining an island similar to that, but not one that is ruled by someone as treacherous and dangerous as an emperor like Blackbeard or even Kaido or Big Mom. Those kind of people, they would be probably, perhaps like say them as like acting as governing the island, an island where those underworld leaders work. They'd probably put some high taxes on their businesses, so to speak, their underworld businesses, and so they'd probably go to somewhere else where they could be, because they're also considered rulers of the underworld too. It makes sense to me that they'd have some place where they're really rulers and not having a ruler over them, i.e. Blackbeard or Big Mom. In this case, Blackbeard, because that island, in the off chance that there is they do want to have an island like that, work on an island like that, they wouldn't want him kind of as a leader. So that was not the island. I was thinking that's kind of was like, yeah, obviously maybe that would be a place. Maybe they have like operations there for sure, especially Stussy, and especially what's the guy, the Lone King? I want to look at his name now. Actually, hold on a sec. Yeah, so there's Dufeld. I was thinking, yeah, Dufeld, Stussy. What's this guy named? Like Drug Peklo. We know Morgan. We know what Morgan is, and there's that warehouse kingpin. What's his name? Come on. Giberson. And then there's the other guy with some kind of shipping king. Yeah, these kind of guys. Yeah, they're all the king. Yeah. So these guys, I imagine, would have probably some of them have even may do business, especially at Dufeld. I could see doing business with Blackbeard to help him maybe finance getting all those other ships he has now, and be able to do more pirating and other things to get the money back to pay off that guy, though the interest was probably exorbitant. So anyways, yeah. Whoa, wow there, don't shake it. So I wanted to just go over that bit that I didn't think about with the last bit. So back on topic, Stussy. She now appears to be in allegiance with the Vegapunk, and she helped them by taking out Kaku and Lucci in the last chapter of One Piece, 1073. But one second. That doesn't mean I don't think that means we should fully trust her. She's been in Cypher Pole for a very long time, and I feel like I do feel like, if I'm trying to explain my rationale here, of course, that she could still be like a, I guess, is it called a double agent? Yeah, shoot. A double agent seems to be the right thing. I'm trying to label the potential that she may still pose as a danger to them. Because the thing to think about too is, I'm thinking about this from multiple angles. So one, she's a clone of Miss Bakkin, who isn't exactly the nicest mother or woman in the One Piece world. All she cares about is now finding. She probably did love Whitebeard, which might be something. So maybe she had affections for him or loved him. But now she's out there with Weevil, or was with Weevil, looking for Whitebeard's treasure, and she has been merciless in this and having Weevil take out other Whitebeard pirates that they found. By the way, we still don't know what kind of casualties that is. Second, so looking at that, Stussy is a successful clone of her, and I'm just thinking there's no guarantee how the rules of this cloning stuff in here. Maybe Oda could probably do it however he wants. But I'm just thinking Stussy may not be the nicest person, and I'm saying that she may not truly be the way Vegapunk would want to imagine her. And that leads me perfectly into the next thing. Maybe I'm wrong here on this, of course, that Stussy is nicer and she'll help. But all right, that's the double for all this video. But that's my next thing, I guess. Vegapunk here we've seen is a very, what's the right word? He thinks the best of humanity is one way to put it. I know there's a better way to say this. He's too gullible. We just saw, what was it, 2 chapters ago, was it this chapter, the last one, I think it was 1072, when Bonnie was pursuing him around his island, and she could not catch him. She faked an injury in order to get him to come back and check on her, because she knows he cares for her, and it worked to a T, and she was able to finally pin him down and try to so she could try to convince him to do what she came there for. So Vegapunk made Stussy. Now I'm suspecting here he looks upon her too as kind of a daughter. I mean, Bonnie kind of, but Bonnie would be more like a niece, because him and Kuma are friends. So he might look at Stussy because he's created her as this clone, and we don't know if Vegapunk has any had any lovers, had any children. Let's say he doesn't. So he looks at Stussy as his child. He may not be thinking clearly of the possibility of her being dangerous, especially now that she's worked for CP0. And it's true here, I think, that Stalka, let's go find that, hold on. Stalka says, she works for them, and now she's now how was I saying it? No, they made it out like, okay, yeah, we can trust her, but what if she's been, I guess what I'm going with tier 2 is, what if she's been brainwashed in some way while she's been working in Cypherpole to believe in the the agenda and the goals and the ideology, as it were, of the world government, and looking upon pirates as the worst thing ever. And then, so in that case, she wants to, she'll listen to them whenever they'll take out this island or this person, because, like Vegapunk here, that's the big thing. She's here on behalf of Vegapunk to kill Vegapunk. And what if she really believes the stuff that the world government says? And that's right, I gotta write that down before I forget. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this in a second. Hold on. I know I'll forget this. Yeah. So what if she believes this stuff? Now, what if she's been with the cipher pole for so long that her mind, she's like says, well, I was raised by Vegapunk, and Vegapunk, if he raised her, would have given her a more flowery outlook on life and helping people, because that's what he does. But the world government is technically the exact opposite. They want to control the human population, especially the population of the One Piece world, not just the humans, because it's One Piece. The Goro is saying everyone wants to rule over humanity. Humanity again. I said it again. When I say humanity in here, I'm meaning every race and whatever. They want everything. They want the absolute power. So bear with me if I say humanity. I'm meaning the fishmen and everything else as well. So I'm thinking about Stussy being raised with Vegapunk, and she's learned how to. She learned from him. Oh yes, humanity. We need to help humanity. They need to stay leg up from people like me who create technology that will help them into the future. Someday I hope to have them connect to my brain and to share my knowledge. But then she goes out into the world. He lets her go out into the world to learn for herself. And she ends up working for Cypherpole. And we don't know what age she went into there, and we don't actually know. We don't have a timeline either about how old she is, and that. There's something else I want to go over there too in a minute. There's a hint there, I suspect, of something there. I want to go back, but she looks like she's in her late 20s, early 30s. I'm going to go with. So I'm assuming the possibility that she was cloned. Yeah, so 22 years ago. I'm guessing at this point that she was probably created. Yeah, so that would be about 30 years ago. That's when Madge was still in operation then, because 22 years ago he left and formed, or he probably disbanded it, and when he went to work for world government. So could he have been raising her then, and maybe within the last, to say she's 30 now, say in the last 12 years ago when she turned like 18, so whatever adulthood here could be in One Piece world, she goes out in the world and she joins Cypherpole, and after having a nice upbringing with Vegapunk, albeit she would have probably been around Judge and her actual clone, her one she's cloned from, and Caesar and everyone, she goes, say for a second she's still like a good girl, and she goes out to the Cypherpole, goes out and joins Cypherpole, and then they indoctrinate her, that's what I'm looking for, into their ideology. This is what I'm trying to get at. So she could be indoctrinated, and that she could just be playing a part still. This is part of the other thing. I'm worried that she's playing a part, and that because she could be indoctrinated as a world government agent and believe in their ideology to a certain degree, the way that Lucci and Kaku also do, even though she may have like slightly different variations of that, just kind of like the admirals all do. They all have a sense of justice, but they're all different. I could see Stussy being like that, and now she's being the kind of these actress is playing a part here to trick Vegapunk. So there's multiple ways to look at this easily, and some some stuff here to look at. Where do we start? So look at this. So if she is a double agent, the best thing to look at right away is that she may be given. Say she's getting orders from. I was having this image in my head. I talked about of a leader, a person who oversees them, a handler, a boss. I could see that. So they were briefed somehow, Kaku, Lucci, and Stussy, on how they were going to go to kill Vegapunk, and they were sent on their merry way, right? That's what we would think. They were briefed somehow. Maybe the Gorosei do it. So say the Gorosei or this other boss, the boss does it. I'm going to say their boss, this imaginary boss that might work for the Gorosei, like just underneath them, and he handles the cipher poles. Like the director of cipher pole, that would probably be it. I think they do that in like some agencies, a director of the FBI or something. So the director of cipher pole briefs Kaku, and then there we go. The director, not a boss. The director of cipher pole briefs Kaku, Stussy, and Kaku, Stussy, and Lucci together, but when they leave, he talks to Stussy on the side somewhere. He brings Stussy back in at a later time, and one second, I want to bring up something for later. Hold on. Yeah, and he tells her, hey, we need to make sure we can, I'm trying to think this through. There could be some ways to look at this there. So he's going to say, we want to make sure Vegapunk, maybe they want something else from Vegapunk is to say. Or better yet, maybe they knew Straw Hats, Luffy and everyone were coming to the island. So he says, we need you to play along because we know you were, they probably know her background. We know you were working for Vegapunk once. So go with this, say that Stussy is indoctrinated in this stuff and she's playing them. She's going to play the Straw Hats and everyone that is, which they might see. So he said, I know you were in Vegapunk and you looked upon Vegapunk as a father once, and he may still look fondly upon you. I want you to play this up. When you guys go out there, Kaku and Lucci and everyone, you're going to have to take them out, Kaku and Lucci, at some point, and because Vegapunk's going to probably ask you to help him. So I need you to do that. Hold on. And so Stussy really believes in all this stuff and hates Vegapunk now. Maybe she even there's something else. What if she hates him for her existence? I didn't even think about that. Throw that in the mix. She's indoctrinated in the world government. She hates Vegapunk for making her. Maybe she didn't want to be a clone. Well, doesn't want to accept her existence as a clone. Does the best with it. Hold on, I need to blow my nose. And so if she hates him, and that's maybe that's why she joined Cyberpol, to like go out there and like do something different with her life, I guess, and maybe she got involved in liking this kind of stealthy stuff. I could see her and then saying, okay, I'll go along with this. We won't tell Kaku or Lucci the plan. So the plan now is to work with so she followed this plan so far, and this is where I'm going to go into this next part where maybe this is where the plan will go now, is that if they knew the Straw Hats are coming, this is one of the other reasons I thought this is dangerous for Stussy to be with them. Even if she really isn't a Cypher Pole indoctrinated agent, let's say she is for now, she's going to be on a Straw Hat. She might go up on the Straw Hat ship soon, and they're like half a heartbeat away, from Laughdell. She could have some other Den Mushy with her, and she could just report to them when they get there. This is the worst person to bring with them. Like Usopp's worried about bringing Vegapunk and the others with him because now that he's a wanted man by the Cypher Pole and the world government, that they'll be coming after them. Worse yet, you're going to have this former Cypher Pole agent on your ship. It sounds great at first because you'll have, she's like this well-trained all-around agent. She's skilled in probably some of their combat stuff. I forget how the 6 powers. We saw some of it. They were Lucci. She's carrying a sea stone stuff with her. She could use it on any of the Straw Hats that have devil fruits. There's 4 of them, I think. Luffy, Chopper, Robin, and I always forget. Luffy, Chopper, and Brooke. She always could, and then she's got other skills that were like, we don't know much about her skills. She's some kind of like succubus or vampire too. She could use that on Sanji. Sanji with pudding in her hands. She wants to manipulate him that's another dangerous thing. She goes there and she can manipulate him and to try like, I don't know, she can't really learn much from them that way. But and then there's Robin's on the crew, of course. Robin, I'm thinking about her as a devil fruit user. You got Robin there. She's an asset. I'm trying to say asset that the world government would want, but they probably want to just snuff her like they do Vegapunk. Even though both of them have a wealth of information, she could go on the crew now with them and play along like, yeah, I love you, Vegapunk. I would love you all along, Vegapunk. Let's go. Let's get away before they kill us all. That wasn't really part of the cipher. Well, screw them. But she's on the crew and she's faking this. She's right there and she can escape with Robin in the night. Oh, I bet that's what's going to happen. There we go. If I'm right, the first thing I bet she'll do, maybe she won't even go to Laughter with them. They won't care. She'll probably, or maybe she'll wait. She'll probably just kidnap Robin and leave with her. She'll just knock her out. She's a devil fruit. Robin has a devil fruit. She'll use that Seas Prism Stone stuff to make sure she uses her biting ability, whatever she used to knock the Kaku and Lucci out. She takes Robin and bites her in the night and throws her in burlap bag, ties her up, burlap bag. She ties her up and uses Geppo to escape. I don't know how long some of them can use Geppo. Is that the right one to float around? Actually, she wouldn't have to do that long. If she has a dead end mushy with her and she does that and uses contacts the government, relays like the location, they could be waiting a couple miles behind, and then she just Geppos over to them with Robin. Oh, the other thing I was thinking is they wait until they get to Laughter, then she can report where Laughter is as well, and then kidnap Robin and get onto a ship and to make sure they can have. She has two birds with one stone. And Vegapunk even say Vegapunk or if one of the Stellas escape, because they don't want any of the Stellas to also live, because they're essentially Vegapunk and have his knowledge. She can have Vegapunk and Robin, and if they really want, go to the wait until they get the Laughter to reveal herself as being a double agent and have all this three birds at one stone, whatever. 3 birds, 1 stone, I guess, instead of 2 birds. That will play right into what the government wants all along. Get Robin, the most wanted. She's like probably one of the most wanted people out there besides Dragon. Get Laughter, kill Vegapunk, who's become a liability. It would be perfect for her to do. So, whew. Also, I was thinking too, like her being jaded, maybe working in the pleasure district stuff, just made her jaded to seeing all these rockish. What's the word I'm looking for? All these awful men that just probably come in there and want to do do their stuff with the women, or even men, or whatever, and she just is disgusted by seeing humanity and others like that, pirates and others like that, and maybe she wants to be part of the world government in this higher echelon to help purge people from the world. Like, she may not know about the purge that the Gorosei are going to do, but purge because she's an assassin, any of these pirates that they tell her to, like, hey, kill this guy, he's a scumbag to the world government, and she may know about them because she's like, oh yeah, I saw that guy when I was working in my undercover job, I'll be happy to kill him. So those kind of things is another way I could see her being very jaded by seeing humanity in one piece, and then wanting to work with the world government in behalf of doing their work, how they want to clean up the world. Next, I was just gonna go over some stuff I was noticing about her in the last leave. This probably about her in the Whole Cake Island where she was first introduced, Stussy. I noticed she let's see, where was that? Okay. One of the most interesting things too is like this doesn't matter too much now. Like I was thinking about, she doesn't how do I put this? She you could tell she likes to play games. I guess that's where we could put this. She has fun with stuff. Manipulating people could be a way too. She might like to do that kind of stuff. Like I was saying, she could do that to Sanji later if she is a double agent. In the one episode here of I think it was 865. She's talking to she's sitting there with Morgan. I think they're still on the Whole Cake Island, and there's the other two of the other brothers are there of the Linland Charlotte brother of Migram's kids, the one with the chicken guy and the one that looks like Beetlejuice, and she, in order to infuriate them more and make them want to capture Luffy, because at this point, I forget exactly. I think at this point the new cake is already made by Sanji and pudding and chiffon, and they got it out there on I think it's on Beiji's ship going out to sea, and they're almost going to probably escape. And Luffy's still fighting Katakuri. Stussy lets them know about the box, the Temate box, the gift that they got from King Neptune, had explosives in it, and that was what destroyed Whole Cake Chateau, and that the Straw Hats had that. Actually, did they really? How did that get out of their possession and into the party? Did they just take it from their ship? I'm assuming. I gotta check that now. But so I don't recall how that got into their possession actually. But I know it was given to Straw Hats, but I don't know how it got to Big Mom. But so Stussy tells them that in order to play along, she wants to make things more interesting, up the ante to see if the Straw Hats can escape. Meanwhile, and Morgan's is there, and he actually gets upset because he doesn't want to. He wants them to escape because it'll make bigger news if a pirate crew like them escape the wrath of an emperor of the sea. And something else too with her, I thought interesting with her was her when she's sitting there with when her and Dufeld are watching. It's at the wedding when Pudding and Sanji have already entered in. She comments how Pudding reminds her of her younger self, and Dufeld said something interesting, which could be read in two main ways. And the one that more interesting, the reason I brought this up is, he says, how many decades has it been? So obviously he may be just teasing her about her age, and she takes it this way and stomps on his foot. But when he does this, is that what it was? How many decades ago was it? Here, let me pull it up. Yeah, how many ago? What? Let me pull it up. Yeah, I keep wanting to read it. Yeah, how many are... When I read this made me interesting. It was interesting because... Oh, hold on. Yeah, I thought this was interesting because when you go back to the cover story and that's being shown about Mads here, it was on chapter 1069. They show that Lufeld must have had some... been funding the... Mads. So I was just pondering whether or not he might actually know if he came on board the ship or something and somehow found out that Stussy is a clone. So I just thought that was interesting, that possibility. There's not I don't know if he has any, himself any allegiance with Vegapunk. He looks like he's just a cold-blooded loan shark. That's what he's portrayed as. But that little tidbit was quite interesting to me. And, last little thing that was kind of like a bit of irony. The main thing I want to point out here is when she shows up entering the party here, it's episode 830. Yeah, she walks up there with the others. It's ironic, I guess, in a way that when she's Smoothie is there. Charlotte Smoothie is there. I think that's the right one. who has the fruit, which you can extract juices from your body. And it's ironic that that smoothie has a giraffe there, and that is the one that the animal that Stussy chooses to have a drink from. So she has a drink of a giraffe, and then I don't know what chapter that would have been. So like that was probably 200 something chapters ago, a little over that I think. And about over 200 chapters later, she's biting another giraffe herself and drinking his blood. I just found that that was like some, I guess you could call it also more like foreshadowing that Oda kind of did. Damn, Oda, having Stussy do the drink a giraffe twice within weeks of each other, probably. So I think that's why I in the video today. Yeah, I just wanted to point that stuff out. Stussy's my suspicion was Stussy being someone who seems like such an actress and who working among the Cypher Pole for so long that I would not put it past her being still a threat to the Straw Hats, to Vegapunk as a whole there. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say too. I was thinking back to the point where she said she was waiting for this. That was something a bit too. What she said there, I think when Vegapunk says to her, when they realize, hey, let's ask that person to help us, and she goes, oh, I've been waiting for this. That could have had a double meaning in of itself too. Like she says, hey, yeah, I've been waiting for this, because I was ordered to do this anyways, you silly scientist. Of course I'm going to knock them out. I want to gain your trust and get on board the ship and follow some other orders. Actually, I just realized one last thing. Maybe all this stuff too about her being her having this plan with what if she didn't even plan any of this stuff with, say, like Cypher Pole's boss, the director, or the Gorosei, but once she got there and realized the Straw Hats were there, she would change the plans and knock the two out herself so that she could gain some more clout by capturing the Straw Hats, by joining the Straw Hats and doing all these other things I suspect could happen herself. She would want to take all the credit and for herself, and she'll just apologize later. Well, she won't apologize. She does it this way. She won't care if Haku and Lucci are pissed at her, but she'll apologize to the director for harming them temporarily. Like, I did what I had to gain the trust of Vegapunk so that we could succeed in this mission. Especially once I saw that we weren't simply dealing with Vegapunk's and the Seraphim, but Emperor crew. So I had to do it that way, because also it was apparent that they were too strong for all three of us to handle ourselves, and they were going to escape. Oh, on top of it, well, that didn't matter, because that's the other thing. She could say, oh, well, Lucci wasn't listening. He was going to take out he was fighting Straw Hat anyways. His bloodlust got the best of him, and it was not going well, and the others were escaping while he was doing that. And I knew the Admiral Kizaru was on his way, but I figured we have to do this now. I have to act now in order to gain, since I know Vegapunk and I know he'll trust me, I will, I had to do this to, I keep saying that, to make sure the mission succeeded once there, because the Emperor was there, and Emperor of the Sea was there, and Vegapunk was going to escape. That's what I'm trying to get at. If I hadn't done what I was going to do, Vegapunk would have still escaped, and he would be out there where his knowledge, we already got Nico Robin on that crew, and no one's been able to catch her yet. Now Vegapunk could escape. I figured I would take my chances and have to unfortunately knock out my fellow agents, and then after that, I'd get on board with them, and then here we are now. Like I'm saying, I'm doing this again as if like after she succeeds and like doing something where she either captures the Straw Hats or just Robin herself and takes out Vegapunk, and then this is how when she's debriefed by the director or the Gorosei. So yeah, that's it for my video today. keep a close eye on Stussy, just in case. Someone who's been an agent for a long time, they sometimes can't be trusted. Actually, one last thing too, I was just thinking, what if she is playing a longer game where she does want to help the Straw Hats, but she has to play them in order to do something fun. Maybe she knows something else about Imsama or the Gorosei. That's probably a video for another day, but I'm just thinking, what if she's like this triple agent and she's gonna try to meet Imsama or say the Gorosei and then take them out. We don't know how powerful they are yet. I keep seeing people say that they might be more powerful than the admirals themselves, which would be quite impressive if true. But maybe she doesn't like them. Maybe, yeah. What if she like is just an agent, like what if she like believes in Vegapunk's thing, but thinks that we can't succeed unless we take out the Gorosei. So I'll get close to the Gorosei by working for the Cipher Pole Zero. Wow, there's so many ways to look at this. I'm going to end this now. I'll be on this all day. Thanks for watching.